Well, because my last journey to Europe was a little bit premature, with half the cities literally still shut down, and being kicked off a train trying to enter France because I didn't have the right COVID test. Likewise, delayed getting on a plane for the same reason. I think I'm going to try it again, and this time take advantage of some of the significant savings. Here, let's look at a list of the contemplated journey. Well, here's my detailed itinerary, and I've been known more than once to tear it all up, given the weather or the legs on the platform. But be that as it may, the ones that have little X's and O's in about the sixth column are mandatory reservations, and the O's are the ones I have to do over there because you've got to do them when you're over there for Spain. You can't do those over here. Portugal with the P's you got to do in Portugal. I think you get the idea. And, well, some of these have cost savings if you do a little bit of planning. And probably the first one I should know in these last couple of days of June, hurry, time's waiting, is you get a 10% discount if you book your rail pass. By the way, it's now through Eurail, not Rail Europe. And in doing so, you save 10%. So, well, I figured it out. I'm showing this both in U.S. dollars and euros. And it turns out you get a slightly better exchange rate if you do it in euros, but it's almost a push. Works out that for a 15-day senior pass continuous, it's about 24 euros a day. So the first one we're going to start off with is, well, Berlin to Hamburg. And it turns out I'm not going to do that with the pass. Why? Because a direct purchase of a ticket from Bahn.de is only 18 euros, so I'll start the pass after Hamburg. And here it is. I'm taking the ICE high-speed train, and it's even cheaper than the Eurocity train originating out of Prague. I'll do that one later with my pass. Better meal service, etc. And mindful, it's also the one that was cheapest for the various availabilities on the Bahn.de site, and I chose the cheap one. Would you expect anything else? Well, the next leg's going from Hamburg to Brussels via Cologne, and to Cologne it's free on the pass, going either through Bremen or Hanover as you prefer. And from Cologne to Brussels, you could take the expensive Thalys, even with the pass, 27 euros for the reservation. But if you take the international ICE German train, no reservation charge. That saves you 27. And in case from Brussels to Paris, again another 27 euro charge. Or you can go via Lille, taking at Lille the French TGV, only 10 euros. Well, you know, that trip is so short, I actually liked a little bit of a layover in Lille because they have a wonderful Galleria. Well, again, going from Paris to Nantes is another 10 euro charge. And then going from Nantes to connect with the international service to Barcelona, it's going to be a 10 euro charge regardless. I booked this ticket to Valence, and I'll show you why I'm changing it to Montpellier, because there is a difference on those charges for the international service between France and Spain. Well, as it turns out, had I booked the international train from Valence, or say Lyon to Barcelona, it would have been more expensive because it is distance-based, and instead doing it from Montpellier, it's 15, and instead of 22, saves me another 7 euros. By the way, those are paper tickets, and they're sent directly now from the Netherlands, and there is a $2 charge for each one of these tickets. You know what? Nowadays it's worth a bother. On our next leg, we're going from Barcelona to Vigo, and the reason I'm going to Vigo in Spain is so I can go into Portugal. The reason is for that is there's no more international hotel train service between either Madrid or France with Lisbon. I used to love that train. Well, there is a circuitous, horrendous possibility through Badajoz, but let's not do that one, say we did. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to actually pay extra to get faster service by about 2 hours. Last time I took the direct train, longest one in Spain as a matter of fact, wasn't as pretty as I had hoped for, so I'm actually going to pay the extra supplement reservation charges to get a faster connection to Vigo. Going from Vigo to Porto and returning Porto to Vigo, regretfully there's now only morning service, which now means you must make a stay over in Porto, the second largest city in Portugal, which as a rule is also something I like to do in most countries, the second largest city. But be that as it may, if you do the reservation over there, it's billed internationally through Spain and it's free. So there's €10 savings each way. Next part of the leg is going from Marseille to Nice. Well, on the Marseille to Nice route, there is TGV service, which along the coast would cost €15. But I'm going to take the TER, Train Express Régional, has exactly the same timings, same stops, leaves 20 minutes earlier, and, well, that saves me €15 and gives me a bit of a layover to get a nice breakfast in Nice. Well, from Nice, you could take the Tello train, which is a service between France and Italy. Your pass is not valid. Well, far better is maybe to take the regional TER train to Ventimiglia, just on the other side of the Italian border, and take the inner city train, only €3, up to Milan. And I could have taken the inner city likewise from Milan to Bologna, but I decided it is twice as slow. I'll pay the €10 instead of the 3. Well, often going from Bologna to Germany, I'll take the Eurocity train, only a 3 or 4, depending on whether you use the oebb.at or the bahn.de sites, the Austrian and German sites respectively, for a seat reservation. But they often charge something called an Ausweis of an extra €10, so I think that'll be a push, because I could also go via Milan to either Zurich or to Basel. There is a direct train, a Eurocity. It runs about €18. But you know what? How about make it scenic? And if you check the timing, it's only a couple of minutes longer if you go via Lugano. That's going to be a pretty trip. So that saves you €15. Well, I thought to end my trip, I would just use it up going back to the airport at Frankfurt. And it turns out I had an extra day. And if I stayed in Stuttgart, for reasons I won't go into, but I think I'll have a good time, is the plane leaves at 2. I get a train there by 12, and it costs me some, €24. But wait a minute, the daily cost of the tickets on the pass would have been 24. It's a push, so it's okay. Well, you might think, well, what's all this bother? A couple of euros here, a couple of euros here. Let's add them all up. Including the discount on the pass, gotta hurry, disappears at the end of June. Total savings in euros is about 150. In American dollars, about $180. I think that's worth a bother. Let's review the trip. And here's our trip overview. The black routes are valid on the pass, no reservation. The yellow are the beginning and ending ones I'm going to pay for separately. It was worth it. The red ones are the ones that I did with Eurail, not Rail Europe anymore. And case of paper tickets between Barcelona and Montpellier. The orange ones are Spanish. You can do them anywhere in Europe, but they can't do them with Eurail. The bluish-green ones are the ones done in Portugal. You have to do those in Portugal. So have a good trip. Bon voyage. Goeie reis. Gute Reise. Okay? Okay.